Welcome back. This video describes lesson number 6, the properties of seawater, module 1. In lesson number 6, the properties of seawater, let's see what we are going to learn. First of all, we'll take introduction. In the introduction, we are going to learn about the seawater. Then, we will take information in detail about the major properties of seawater, such as temperature, salinity, and density. Let's begin our lesson number 6, the properties of seawater with introduction. First of all, let us try to understand what is the seawater. Students, you may know that seawater is a water from the sea or the ocean. It covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. Seawater is a complex mixture of salt, water and many other substances. Student, did you know that ocean is the largest water storage of the world? You may know that ocean or the seawater is salty. It is because salt in the ocean comes from the rocks or the land. Many rivers carries dissolved salt to the ocean and then water evaporates from the ocean to fall again as a rain and to feed the rivers. Again, because of the evaporation, salt remain in the ocean. Students, you all know that in the earlier classes we have studied the tides, ocean currents with reference to the ocean. In this lesson, we'll study the major properties of seawater. Students, please remember that ocean and seawater have three major properties which are essential to man as well as other life forms on the earth. These properties are temperature, salinity, and density. So, in this module 1, you will learn about temperature and salinity. So, let's begin our lesson number 6, the properties of seawater. First of all, we'll try to understand the concept of temperature. Let's begin with temperature. Temperature is a major property of seawater. We all aware about the temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness or the coldness of an object. The temperature of an object usually measured in degrees, that is degree Celsius. It tells us about how much heat or the energy the object has. Student, did you know there is a variation in the temperature of land and the water? Variation means differences. Let's see what it is. Land and water bodies vary in temperature. Surface of the land gets heated fast and cools down rapidly, whereas water gets heated slowly and cools down slowly. Temperature variation in a heating up or cooling down of land is steep than that of the water. Before proceeding further for the temperature, let us study in detail about what are the different heat zones are there on the earth with the help of the diagram. As you can see in this diagram, at the middle of the earth we have equator at 0 degree. Above the equator at the north we are having Tropic of Cancer, whereas below the equator towards the south we have the Tropic of Capricorn. So this is the zone on the earth is called as a torrid zone. Torrid zone receive most of the sun rays, so this region is having more temperature. If we go ahead toward the northern side from the equator or toward the southern side from the equator, the heat goes on reducing. If the heat reduces, as a result, the temperature of the earth also reduces. So, the temperature is more here, then the seawater will be the hot. And if the temperature will be less, then the sea water will be cool here. So if you see the diagram, you will find the equatorial area, the sun rays are more. As a result, the tropic or the tropical zone receive more heat. As we go ahead from the equator in a temperate zone, the temperature will be warm. Whereas if you go towards the North Pole, or we can call in a polar zone, we'll find the temperature will be cold. Let us study now about latitude location effects of temperature with the help of the diagram. Students, you may know that equator lies between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. We have equator at 0 degree. Above the equator at 23.5 degree north, we are having Tropic of Cancer, and below the equator at 23.5 degree south, we are having Tropic of Capricorn. Between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called as a torrid zone. Also, it is known as a tropical zone. So, this region receives most of the sun rays on the earth. So, as we move ahead toward the northern side or towards the southern side, we have temperate zone. Temperate zone receive less heat. So, the temperature here is also less. As we move ahead at the Arctic Circle and toward the Antarctic Circle, the temperature is less. So student, please remember that if the temperature is less, then the sea water temperature will be the cool. So student, please remember that surface ocean water will be the hot because of the heat of the sun. Whereas we can see in the other image, the under the sea water. So we can see here only the few light is available. Only few sun rays are entering into the sea or the ocean in deep inside. Sun rays are reflected back to the earth. There are only the few sun rays that are entering into the deep inside the ocean. So, as we go deeper and deeper, the amount of sun rays are less. So, the heat is also less. As a result, temperature is also less. So, on the surface temperature is more due to the heat of the sun. Besides these, there are some other factors which affect the surface temperature, such as cyclones, rainfall, sea waves, ocean currents. So student, you all know that in standard 7, in an ocean current, we have studied that ocean current is a continuous directed movement of the seawater generated by a number of forces acting upon the water, such as wind and tides. Then salinity. Salinity is the saltiness or the amount of salt dissolved in the water. Seasons. For example, summer season, conventional currents and pollution. Now, let's observe the thermal graph. With the help of the graph, we will study the changes in a temperature of seawater with reference to a depth in a different latitude with the help of the figure 6.1. The title of the graph is Depth and Temperature of Seawater. Now, let's observe the figure. So, student, you can see in this figure that the vertical line shows seawater depth starting from 0 to 2000 meter, whereas horizontal line shows the temperature in degree Celsius. It is start from 0 degree to 20 degree. As you all know that in a previous slide we have studied about different heat zone. So here we have torrid zone. Torrid zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Due to extreme sun rays, torrid zone or the temperate zone receive more heat. So the maximum temperature of the seawater in equatorial areas is around 18 degrees Celsius, and the temperature at a depth of 5000 meter is around 8 degrees Celsius. The temperature of the seawater at the sea level around 1500 meter depth is 5 degrees Celsius. From the given thermal graph of the temperature of seawater, it is seen that the impact of depth on the temperature of the seawater in the high latitude is nil. It means the temperature decreases up to 2000 meter depth. After 2000 meter, the temperature of the seawater is uniform everywhere. It is around 4 degrees Celsius everywhere from equatorial region to the polar areas. Temperature reduces only up to 4 degrees Celsius according to depth, and therefore the water at a greater depth does not freeze. The temperature of the seawater changes rapidly with the depth at the equatorial areas. The difference in the temperature is lesser in the polar region. As we can see the polar region, the temperature is at 0 degree Celsius. Student, in a previous slide, we have studied about the thermal graph. Let us study what is the geographical reason behind that. While most of the sun rays radiate back from the surface of the sea, some of them penetrate to the certain depth in the water. As a result, the intensity of the sun rays decreases with the increasing depth. Therefore, we have seen that the temperature decreases up to 2000 meter depth. After 2000 meter depth, the temperature of the seawater is uniform everywhere. It is around 4 degrees Celsius everywhere from the equatorial region to the polar areas. Open seas and landlocked sea. There is also a difference in open seas and the landlocked seas. With the figure, we can say that open sea is not surrounded by the land, whereas the landlocked sea is surrounded by the land. So, as the salinity of the landlocked sea is more, the temperature of this landlocked sea is also higher than the open seas. Now, moving ahead with the salinity, let us understand what is meant by salinity. Salinity means the saltiness or the amount of salt dissolved in a water. Students, you know that the taste of seawater is salty due to depositions of minerals and the salt, high rate of evaporation and low supply of fresh water leads to high salinity in the ocean. Mineral from the rocks and the salt dissolve in the ocean water and get deposited in the sea through the rivers. This process is on for millions of years. Evaporation took away only the water, but salt content remain in the ocean water. As a result, we see sea and the ocean water it's salty. Let us study now how can we obtain the salt from the ocean water. Students, you may know that the taste of seawater is salty because seawater contains many salt. Also, different kind of materials are dissolved in it. Near the seashore, the seawater is collected in salt pan and allowed to evaporate in a sunshine. In few days, the water evaporates due to the heat of the sun, leaving behind the salt. The salt so obtained is collected and transported to the factories where it is purified and packed for the consumption. Now, moving ahead with the uses of salt. As you may know that the salt is used in the food we eat. It is also used to preserve the thing for long period of time. Salt is also used for making various chemical and the medicine. Also, it is used in ice cream factory and even in ice cream factory. Now, let's take information about the factors affecting salinity of the seawater, such as difference in temperature with latitude from equator to poles. It means above the equator towards the North Pole and below the equator towards the South Pole. Another factor is the open seas and landlocked seas. Ocean currents get obstructed in a landlocked seas and hence the salinity of the sea remains high in compared to the open seas. Mixing of water takes place easily in the open seas and therefore salinity remains controlled by the ocean current. Other factors such as the rate of evaporation. If the temperature of the seawater will be the more, then the rate of evaporation will be the more. As a result, the salinity of the seawater will be more. Let's take example. Salinity of the sea around the tropical region. In a temperate region, the temperature is less due to the slanting sun rays. As a result, the rate of evaporation is less and the salinity of the seawater will be the low. Also, it includes addition of supply of fresh water either by the rainfall and various rivers meeting to the sea like in a Bay of Bengal or melting ice cap like in Arctic Ocean result in lesser salinity. Now, let us study about buoyancy. Buoyancy is a tendency or capacity to remain float in a liquid. As we can see here, the upward force that a liquid exerts on the ship. So, the buoyancy is the force that causes object to float. The buoyancy of the seawater increases due to salinity and this is very useful for the water transportation. But if the salinity is more than the bearable limits, the life in the water get destroyed. Now let's take quick recap what we have studied in our lesson number 6, the properties of seawater in module 1. First of all, in the beginning, we have studied the concept of seawater. Oceans are the largest water storage in the world. Seawater contains a number of dissolved material and salt. As a result, ocean water becomes more salty. There is a high salinity of the seawater due to high rate of evaporation, addition of supply of fresh water, low rainfall, flow of river into the sea, or the melting water is very less. Seawater is mainly used to produce the salt from it. Also, we have studied about the various uses of salt. Salt can be used for the cooking purpose, medicinal, chemical, as well as for the preservation purpose. Then we have studied the properties of seawater. There are three major properties of seawater such as temperature, salinity, and density. So in a temperature, we have studied that temperature is a major property of the seawater. The surface temperature of the seawater is not uniform everywhere. This is dependent on a different factor such as the surface temperature of the seawater decreases from the equatorial areas towards the pole. Besides these, cyclones, rainfall, sea waves, ocean current, salinity, pollution, convectional current, season are some other factor responsible for the temperature. Then we have studied about the salinity of the sea. The salinity of the ocean depend on factors such as rate of evaporation and supply of fresh water. Ocean where the rate of evaporation is more than the supply of fresh water, the salinity is also high. The ocean where the supply of fresh water exceed than the rate of evaporation, then salinity will be the low. salinity is not affected much in the areas where the supply of fresh water and the rate of evaporation is very low. So student, in our next module, we'll take more information in detail about the salinity of the sea and the density of the ocean water.